Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today I am doing a meta deep dive and discussion on the Bomb Squad. Now, this is the first video of 5, and what I'm doing with these sets of videos is I'm going over 5 of the top deck archetypes in the game, and we are going to go over how to craft those decks. I'm not going to give you the entire deck lists like I normally do. I'll do like a deck discussion video for like a character, like what I think is meta, right? And I usually just give you the whole deck and I show you some gameplay. But for this, I'm going to be giving you a deck shell, so a good leader and like 3 what I believe are must-haves or high priorities, and then a group of, things that I think pair well with the deck, like cards, whether it's an ability or, an effect or a monster that pair well with the deck. Copying and pasting the meta decks that I show you will usually work out well for you. The downside is plenty of people watch my videos, right? The meta breakdown videos, or they're in the Discord and they're discussing what the meta is. So if you're running a copy-paste build from my videos or from like a TS Dragon video, odds are your opponent's going to know what's coming at you, right? So I'm putting together this list because, or this list of videos because I think that if you craft a deck in a specific meta archetype, but don't make it one-to-one what all the YouTubers or social media personalities are showing you, you can get the leg up on your opponent, right? You know, your opponent can see you dropping, in this case, we're looking at the Bomb Squad today, so they could see you dropping Angel and Burning, be like, oh, he's using a typical Bomb Squad. They're not expecting Kiryu to come into their back line, especially if you're not using Godzilla 1954, okay? So we're looking at the Bomb Squad today. I figured this would just be a really easy transition into this kind of series or style of video because everyone is seeing the Bomb Squad everywhere. I've talked about it on my channel a ton. I've done videos on the Bomb Squad. I've done a stream of the Bomb Squad. I literally mentioned them in the video regarding Unit 0. So I figure it's already on my mind. It's already on a lot of the player base's mind. Let's just start it off with that, something that's very familiar territory. So, the Bomb Squad. Moral of the story here is big on death damage, right? You got the 4th Angel, which I believe is essential to this deck, although difficult to level up. Mine's only level 18, is very usable in this match. I use him pretty well. Not doing as much damage as I would like. That would be a card that I would swap out, personally based on the levels. And then Burning Godzilla. I believe Angel and Burning Godzilla, or the 4th Angel I should say, and Burning Godzilla are probably the most valuable players in this team, okay? I think that the leader you could swap in and out. I'm personally liking Ultimate, but I think as far as your core units go, the Angel and Burning Godzilla are going to be what you want, because on death, they explode for a massive amount of damage. The whole purpose of this deck is to basically stonewall your opponent and wipe the board out. If your opponent takes out your push, guess what? They're on deaths. Eliminate your opponent's push. Board starts from scratch. Hopefully your energy is positive, right? So you can dump out a bunch of things on the board as well. You're basically either stalemating the entire game until very late game. Like this game that we're playing here, it runs the full length, the full gambit of time. Vixer puts up an amazing fight, a great player. I never win against Vixer. I beat him this time with this deck that I threw together, right? So you are basically stonewalling your opponent and then wiping the board when they wipe your push. That's it. If you have better levels than your opponent, you're just going to blow through them no matter what. But if you have worse levels than your opponent, the on-deaths might actually be super helpful. This is probably, in my opinion, the best deck in the meta right now. And I believe the 3 key characters are the 4th Angel, Burning Godzilla, and GMK Godzilla. GMK is brand new, so you might not have the levels on him. If you want to swap him out, I have listed down below Godzilla 1954. I think he's really good because you can get all the other Godzillas at a lower decreased cost, or you can't actually get Earth or G21. All the other Godzillas, you get them at a decreased cost for 2. So, what's his name? G89 instead of 7 is going to be 5. That's huge. Kiryu instead of 6 is going to be 4. That's awesome. I also have Kiryu in here because Kiryu has really good AoE. He doesn't have an on-death effect. Yeah, he evolves eventually, but it is what it is. I think the 3 characters that you see I have listed there, that is like peak for this deck right now. We're getting the 10th Angel at, I was going to say at some point this month, on the 17th, I believe, if I remember correctly. And he also has an on-death explosion, but I didn't include him on here because he's not in the game. We've only seen the footage from Toho, and pre launch photos or pre-alpha video or whatever, not pre-alpha, but like if Toho shares a video before the character's in the game, I take it with a grain of salt because we don't know what's changed behind the scenes. So he's not included on this list. The Fourth Angel most certainly is. Fourth Angel is known by now in the meta, insane explosion, right? Basically wiping the board. Burning Godzilla has been really good for some time now. I picked Ultima as the leader, and that actually comes from Stagathy. And Ultima as a leader has been great. I've been using him in all of my teams now. I'm personally biased to Ultima. I think Ultima is my favorite unit in the game, just all around. But you're not even using the leader ability for this. You can see how far away he's hitting this Space Godzilla, right? This is a great counter to the Bomb Squad, or anyone that survives the Bomb Squad. Your explosions, if all things go well, you're going to lower your opponent's health super low. You're not going to have any units on the board to defend yourself, but when the enemy comes into firing range, hopefully they are at low health, and then Ultima can just wipe them out right off the board. That is ideal. And Ultima's really great for it because the amount of times an enemy actually makes it to my Ultima after getting hit by the bombs is almost zero. Phenomenal. Phenomenal card. So Ultima is my ideal leader for this group. If you have a weak Ultima, you can use G89 Godzilla. I think that's fine. You could even use Space Godzilla to get the crystals up for some distractions. I don't think that's too bad either. Kong would work well because you get the damage boost, but I really do think that Ultima is the best leader. Could you use Destroya in this? I don't think the Angel counts as close range. I think the Angel is medium. I don't think Destroya would work here, but Ultima works really well. G89 works really well, and then Space Godzilla for Flare. Really throw off your opponent. When I see Space Godzilla leader, I never know what they're using, but Ultima leader is ideal. Fourth Angel, GMK, and Burning are optimal units. Now, what do you put in the other remaining 4 slots? Well, I have here listed the Psychic Chorus. No need to explain that, right? Psychic Chorus is going to keep your units alive. Normally with the Bomb Squad, you want your units to die, but if you're using a few different characters in here that maybe are not on Death Explosive, Psychic Chorus probably be good, right? So Psychic Chorus, not a bad idea. Batra is obviously a meta character. I didn't put Leo in here, but Batra on his own, really solid unit as well, is going to buff your entire team, and there's no attack boosts on, the team that you see in my gameplay. It's all just explosive damage, so Batra could be very useful. And if you don't want to run Psychic Chorus, but you want to stick with 5-cost flyers, Fire Rodan is not bad either. Speeds up the units, so that works for the Bomb Squad, because it's going to get them to the leader faster. Normally, you're not really exploding onto the leader, but if you bring Fire Rodan, you can boost them up pretty quickly and get them onto your opponent's side of the field and really put the pressure on them. And I feel like that works out really well a ton of the time. I've been using Fire Rodan a little bit with the Bomb Squad, pretty much just to get them deeper in the field. I know a lot of people use Gigan 72 to push the Fourth Angel and stuff like that, but I gotta be completely honest with you guys. If you're using Gigan 72 in a Bomb Squad deck to push like the Fourth Angel or Burning Godzilla, just use Gigan as your leader. You're going to make the units way not way faster, but I mean, I guess it would be way faster because Gigan pushing the unit isn't going to be as fast as Gigan just letting it rip. And the Fourth Angel works on the ground. Obviously, Burning Godzilla, GMK, 1941, all of these monsters pretty much in my deck in this game right now, you could work with a Gigan leader. So I guess Gigan works as a good leader too. So use Gigan leader, that's fine. We're using them on the field to push your units. I don't care. I think if you use them on the field to push your units, I think you're kind of being silly. Godzilla 1954, we've talked about a handful of times. Not going to touch on that again. He's the OG Bomb Squad member that was replaced for GMK. If you have GMK but at a low level, but you get him for a reduced cost of 4, right? He's 6, so it would be 4 with 1954 Godzilla. You're cooking. That's awesome. The 4 cost damage reduction is sublime. Gigan Final Wars is the character that I use the most in my Bomb Squad death. I don't really play him up too much in this game, but I save him for very specific circumstances. I like stopping King Caesars with him. I like stopping other Bomb Squad enemies with him. It's also really helpful because if you play your cards right, you can stun a unit in Ultima leader range, so not only is Final Wars Gigan locking a unit to get you an extra Ultima hit on them, but also while they're focused on Gigan, Ultima can put the hurt on them, and that truly is what I think is maybe the best defensive combo in the game right now. The two of them is absolutely cracked. Then we got Kiryu, which I mentioned earlier. Kiryu's really a surprise play. Your opponent doesn't really expect a Kiryu in the deck for the Bomb Squad, so dropping a Kiryu late game, like if you saw this push and a Kiryu came down on the other end, you're like, okay, great. Now I have this whole wall of explosions coming towards me, and then in the back I have Kiryu. What do I deal with it? Kiryu is really great for totally throwing off your opponents, totally distracting them, because they'll be hyper-focused on, you know, stalling the bomb squad, making sure it doesn't hit the leader. But as soon as you drop Kiryu right behind them, not on the leader, but like behind them far enough that Kiryu can kind of snipe the leader, they're going to be forced to deal with one or the other. They can't deal with both at the same time normally, so it really is going to throw your opponents off for a loop. That, I think he might be one of the better combos with this deck. Then obviously there's Dimension Tide here. Dimension Tide is super useful as well, just to, you know, don't really need to explain it. Dimension Tide has been a really good unit or effect for a really long time. You just pull all the enemies into your explosion, whether it's the 4th Angel or Burning or GMK, and you get the damage or the debuff on them with the Dimension Tide. Controlling the board, making sure that your enemy doesn't have autonomy over their own pieces is a huge power play, and lately I think it's fallen off a lot. I think there's not enough people using Dimension Tide. I think Dimension Tide fits in a lot of meta decks, and no one is running it right now. Maybe because Ultraman dropped off and no one's really using it post Ultraman drop off, but I think it's worth using, especially with the Bomb Squad deck. Not enough people are doing it, in my opinion. And then finally, I totally skipped her because I barely could see her on my list, but she's been in the game the whole entire time. Unit 00, Unit O, Rei Ayaname, whatever you want to call her. Brand new unit. I'm having a ton of fun with her. She's great in the Bomb Squad. She is so good. She's slow, so she sticks with the push. She sticks with 4th Angel. She puts that shield up. She protects your Bomb Squad units, that 70% damage boost, or reduction, I should say. And then her running at your opponent with the bomb is great. It is great. The best thing for the Bomb Squad is static explosion numbers. So like 4th Angel and Unit 0, when they explode, it's for a flat rate, right? Every time, no matter what, it's always going to be the same number. Burning is a little bit unreliable, right? Because you have to build up his charge meter. So you might not be getting as powerful an explosion with him every death. But with Unit 0 and 4th Angel, every death you get an extremely powerful explosion. So I've been having a lot of fun with Unit 0. The deck that I'm using here, it's like Unit 0, 4th Angel, Burning Godzilla, GMK, Ultima Leader, Dimension Tide, Kamacuras, and Final Wars Gigan. So I'm not even using that typical or like that atypical of a Bomb Squad deck. Mine is pretty standard with the exception of Unit 0. Not a lot of people are expecting Unit 0 even in this premiere season, because I think a lot of players, especially those uninformed, really write her off as just like, she's okay, she's just like a better Gigan, but she's not. She's far better than Gigan 72. She is very, very, very good unit, very high skill gap character that you could be using extremely successfully. I'm having a ton of fun with her. I'm having a ton of fun with this deck. So listen, when you guys go to homebrew your own Bomb Squad deck, keep in mind, if you don't have the levels on some of these characters like 4th Angel or GMK, they're relatively new units, feel free to swap them out with whatever. You can put anything you want in this deck. I just wanted to show you the general shell or archetype of the deck, what I believe are the best options, and then what I think are good sub-ins as well to pad out the rest of your roster. I don't know how long this video has gone on, but I hope that it was informative. And if you like it, I got 4 more in the pipeline that I can drop whenever you guys want. I have 4 more decks that I believe are meta or close to the meta and are going to pretty much guarantee you, I'm not going to say guarantee you wins and clickbait like guaranteed win deck, but really good decks, really tried and true meta decks, some more obvious than others, but winners nonetheless. So I'm not going to show you guys any losers, right? I'm not going to show any loser decks on this channel, of course. Only winners here, only dubs. We're only catching dubs. My viewers only win, right? So I don't know how long this video has gone on. I'm rambling at this point. If you want to see more of these decks, I got 4 more videos for you. That's all I got. I'm going to keep rambling. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.